thanks for clicking on this video. My name's Darren, and this is One for the Book. This is a continuing of my garden project, and we are on week 3. And I tell you what, the first 2 weeks were okay. We did get a little bit of rain on that second week, but the third week, wow, it probably rained 5 days out of the 7-day week. And the plants grew tremendous. And I took some videos of why you need a row built up, because let me tell you, if that wouldn't have been done, they would have been sitting in water because it flooded. It was so soft and muddy. But anyway, this video is gonna show you the progress of the plants of 3 weeks. So 3 weeks have already passed, and also some of the struggles with a new garden after it rains this much. So let's stop wasting time and let's take a look at this garden. So I want to touch up on some things that you really do need when you're growing a garden, and especially when you're growing a garden on the ground, because there's some things that's going to happen that if you never grew a garden, you may have not known that this happens. But one of the main things is that grass and weeds start popping up in your brand new beautiful row that you spent so much time in. And when that happens, you need the right tools. And number one on my list is this garden hoe. The garden hoe is probably one of my most used tools when I plant a garden. I hardly ever grab any other tool. It can cut through the grass, it can cut through the dirt, and you can also use it to row back up dirt. It's very useful in the garden, and like I said, that's why it's number one on my list when you are planting a garden. The next one is actually a shovel. You know, a shovel, when you are trying to plant something in the ground or in your row, you can scoop out a nice hole and fill it up with planting soil or whatever you may need a shovel for. And I promise, if you're gardening enough, you will need a shovel. You may need to dig a drainage ditch, and a hoe just ain't cutting it. So you can get away with a lot of stuff with a hoe, but you're going to work yourself a lot harder if you, let's say you had to dig a drainage ditch, where a shovel makes easy work of that. And then the third tool is a rake. A rake is very useful in smoothing out the ground and shaping the dirt that you are working. So I just wanted to show these 3 tools because they are very useful. You know, think about the tools that you're getting, but you will need garden tools. And also, I don't have them with me right now, they're probably on the table back there, but a good set of gloves. So what I'm noticing back here along this garden is it looks really good. The plants are growing just fine, but I'm starting to see a lot of weeds and stuff like that. So you don't want to let it get overgrown. When these weeds start, you want to go ahead and nip it in the bud and either scrape them out or pull them out. And it looks like I need to do both. You can clearly see there is a lot of grass here, and you want to go ahead and remove it, because the longer you leave it here, the worse it's going to get. And it's going to get so bad that you're going to get discouraged, and it's going to be so much work that you're not going to want to do. So my plan is to scrape this grass up the best I can, and when this ground dries, and it's wet right now, so I could not till this, but I'm going to re-till, you know, these little side ditches around the row, and when I get loose dirt, I'm going to pull it back up. And what that'll do is allow me to bury the grass that's alive, and it will kill it because it won't get sunlight. It will smother it. So let me go ahead and show you. This grass is not deep. See? And pull it just like that. And go ahead and get it out of there. So the hoe allows you to go ahead and cut it. And you don't want to remove the grass, the dirt. You don't want to remove your dirt. You want your row. There's work to gardening, you know? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alright guys, so if you like the content in this video and you would like to see more, subscribe, like, and follow, and share if you can. Alright, back to the video.